In addition to these three massive failures of Einstein's relativity, another project recently turned up some serious fatal flaws to Einstein's version of relativity, and that would be the WMAP satellite. The WMAP satellite was sent up in space to map the cosmic background radiation. Einstein's theory says that the background radiation of space that we observe should be homogeneous. It should be smooth in all directions, 360 degrees around, in order for the universe to be expanding and for gravity to work the way it works. Everything is based on this assumption of a Big Bang, homogeneously expanding, smoothly expanding universe. Well, what WMAP observed were huge voids, huge holes and huge globs of energy in the cosmic background radiation that were not predicted by Einstein's theories. Basically, there's no way these voids could have formed in the cosmic background given the time frame as stated by the Big Bang theory. It's impossible. So we have direct observational falsifying evidence in the background radiation of space of Einstein's theories being incorrect. But what further, a little more interesting note on the WMAP findings was that scientists looking at these findings of the WMAP satellite figured out a way to bend and twist Einstein's theories to conform with the observational evidence returned by WMAP. So they predict a smooth, homogeneous background before WMAP. WMAP goes up, they find a non-homogeneous background, and then they adjust their theories afterwards to match the WMAP observation. Well, it turns out that all of the WMAP observations had serious problems with them. I can read this statement to you from the ACG, and they say, it seems that there are spurious temperature anisotropes that are comparable with the entire anisotropy found in the WMAP team's maps. Therefore, the entire analysis of cosmological parameters based on these maps is wrong. Indeed, it seems very puzzling that an analysis that is so contaminated with errors should come up with parameters anywhere near those expected by cold dark matter models. So the satellite sensors themselves were screwed up in taking just grossly distorted readings of the background information, and still, even though we had grossly distorted readings of the background information and huge evidence, even with the distorted background readings of these massive voids in space, they still managed to say, well, Einstein's theories still hold up because we can basically adjust them to do whatever we want. So what you should take away from this is that no matter what observational findings are turned up by these satellites, physicists can bend and twist Einstein's theories to meet anything. There is no way to falsify Einstein's version of relativity according to observational evidence. The physicists can simply dream up new forms of matter, new forms of energy, bend space in ways that are incomprehensible, and claim Einstein's theories still hold up. So really you have falsifying evidence against standing theory, and the scientists say, oh no, really it's not falsifying evidence. We'll just change some numbers here and move some stuff around, and oh look, everything works out again. But really that's not how science is supposed to work. So here we have 4 blatant falsifying observations of Einstein's version of relativity. But of course, I'm not done yet. Let's keep moving on here, and let's talk about the M87 galactic jet. This is a jet supposedly expelling matter. There's a black hole in this active galactic nucleus out there. There's a galaxy out there called the M87 galaxy. It has a very active core. Supposedly there's this supermassive black hole residing at the center of this galaxy, and matter's getting sucked into this massive black hole at the center of the M87 galaxy, but really it's not getting sucked in. Instead, this black hole likes to spit rather than swallow. It blows out a huge, long, culminated jet, a very thin beam of particles getting blasted out of this at a right angle to the galaxy. And what scientists are doing, what scientists have found observing this jet, is that portions of the jet will flare up and brighten at huge distances away from the black hole. So in order for their observations to work out correctly, to say that a black hole is ejecting matter and this ejection of matter is responsible for this jet forming, the matter would have to be shooting out of this black hole at speeds in excess of the speed of light. Because say you have the black hole here, a flare-up occurs here, but no visible stream of matter went in between them. You just see a part of the beginning of the jet here, nothing, then there's a blob of matter here, and this blob of matter drastically flares up and brightens, but no visible matter was seen streaming towards this blob here. And this happens rapidly over huge distances, many light years in between the flare-ups that they're visibly watching and the center of the black hole. So basically what they are observing is portions of this jet flaring up that Einstein's theories say is an impossibility. Scientists have said that, oh well, the galaxy is probably at some weird angle to us, and this angle can account for the fact that we didn't see any matter actually shoot out of the hole, we just see portions of the jet brighten. But in actuality, they're only talking about a very tiny portion of the jet, and when you look at the totality of the jet and the changes over the totality of the jet that occur over time, this explanation of a weird angle just doesn't hold up. You can look at pictures of them. I'll bring up right now actually, and further post it on my blog. We're still not done yet. So that's 5 blatantly falsifying observations of Einstein's version of relativity that we've taken directly from space, and none of these are disputed, as I stated earlier. Another gross observation that falsifies Einstein's version of relativity is something called dark flows. Dark flows, when scientists measure galaxy, they measure the movement of galaxies as they're observed to move against the background, and they can see huge, vast swaths of movement occurring within galaxy clusters that we can observe. And according to Einstein's theories of relativity, this should not be so. This should be impossible. So scientists have been coming up with all manner of crazy excuses to explain away this movement of galaxies, ranging from another universe outside of our visible range to multiple dimensions of wild, other universes tugging on our universe. Just all sorts of crazy, unscientific, unfounded explanations to try and explain this movement of galaxies that we see out there. And this is a direct falsifying observation of Einstein's theories. Make no mistake about it. Another major, so now I think we're up to 6, but let's keep moving on here.